Hubert. She's graduating from the College of Arts and Sciences with a Master of Science and Education degree, reading specialist. Please come forward, Ms. Hubert.
Good morning, President Gillespie, faculty, family, friends, and especially the members of the graduating class of 2015. This is a wonderful moment of celebration for us, for everyone here today, but above all, for my fellow graduates. Through your talent, hard work, accomplishment, and determination, you have earned this day of recognition, reflection, and celebration. This is your day. This is your finish line, or maybe. I am humbled and grateful for the opportunity to stand here before you today. My name is Shantel Hubert. I teach at George School, a Quaker day and boarding high school in Newtown, Pennsylvania. Not only am I responsible for my students in the classroom, I serve my students outside of the classroom as a dorm teacher, or some may call me a dorm parent. Meaning I literally live at work. I have a unique opportunity to reach my students, both in and outside of the traditional educational setting, to be able to mold and shape their learning in a way that transcends the classroom. Basically, to care for their entire being, the whole students. This is one of the reasons why I chose St. Joseph's University, because I believe in its mission, its values, and its educational philosophy of cura personalis, care of the whole person. And it was a perfect school for the mission I believe I'm here to fulfill. I was inspired to teach when I learned that my late father was illiterate. When I was 8 years old, I helped him learn to read a book by Dr. Seuss. And that sparked something within me. It made me want to share the joy of literature and help increase adolescent and adult literacy. I felt that I should teach others in order to avoid the hardships that my father had to endure. Literacy for my father became a bridge from an uncertain future to one of hope and confidence. So now, I have a couple of questions here. What drives a person who experiences challenging times to continue on his or her journey? The key word is drive. And what is drive? The word itself is intangible. I have another question, but before I get to this question, I'd like to acknowledge someone who's sitting next to me. Her name is Maureen, and she's 74 years old. Amazing, inspired me. First degree, and she was determined to make it here today and to be here today. What inspires that? It's intangible. We can't see it. Many of you here have heard the term, where there's a will, there's a way. How does one ignite the will to find the way? The key word here again is will. And once again, this is intangible, we can't see it. While the answers to these questions may vary amongst everyone here as a result of our individual experiences, one thing is clear. In order to move forward to a future of hope, we are fueled by the intangible. We are fueled by something within us which gives us the drive and the will to persevere. Thinking back to one of my first teaching experiences in Philadelphia, I was so unsure of myself and whether or not I was effective in the classroom. And now I realize education is indeed about the whole person. You need to learn about young people, the young people in front of you, in order to know the whole person, in order to know where they come from and what matters to them. And although teaching is a critical part of the learning process, it is not the essence of education itself. Listen to your students. Try to understand who they are and the world as they see it. You will be moved and inspired by what you hear, and you'll have more of a connection with them as a result. This type of reflective practice is just a small part of what I take away from my master's program here at St. Joseph's University, and yet another spark within me on my path to a brighter and more hopeful future. I can't personally speak for each of you here today, but what you know, what we have accomplished is not easy. It's not an easy accomplishment by any means. To do outstanding work takes commitment, patience, and careful thought. You have shown that you have what it takes to become more independent in your thinking and ultimately leaders in your chosen fields. Some of you will be using your graduate degrees to advance your careers, others to change career paths. And yet others of you will pursue advanced doctoral degrees. So, as much as we see the finish line of graduating as the end of something, the pinnacle of something, it is also the beginning of an exhilarating new stage in our lives. Once again, I congratulate you all, but before I leave, I find it fitting that this is the year Billie Holiday would have turned 100. And I'd like to leave you with a message. God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Congratulations, class of 2017.
We are so blessed as faculty and staff to work with wonderful students like Ms. Hubert and Mr. Asomori. Thank you so much. Wonderful remarks, very inspiring. And we're so thankful that you've been a part of our community. St. Joseph's is very proud today to acknowledge the accomplishments of an extraordinary individual who's committed